Do use, as Olin says, also an email marketing service. If you try to send bulk emails of any size lists through your regular ISP, there's a very good chance you'll be blacklisted as a spammer. Either the ISP will shut you down, or a bunch of recipients will do the same thing. And once you've been blacklisted, it's very, very, very difficult to get whitelisted again, because there's such a huge backlog of those requests. So there are several email marketing services that do a good job. The one we like the best is called Vertical Response, and I'm happy to give you information about that. There's also Eye Contact and Constant Contact, which is what the Chamber uses. Now, any one of these services automatically do several things that are highly desirable for you. First of all, they keep your list clean. Every time an email bounces, it's taken off the list. It's easy for people to unsubscribe. So you're never going to be mailing to somebody who doesn't want to receive your email. And they're all double opt-in, meaning that they are CAN-SPAM compliant. They are within the guidelines of the CAN-SPAM Act, the law. They also give you they're very easy to use for the most part, and they give you really useful information to look at. For example, what percentage of your emails were opened? What percentage of your emails got a reply? What percentage click through to your website, and you can take a report anytime. You can snapshot. 24 hours is a critical period after sending out emails, you might want to take a snapshot every 24 hours after that for the next week, because people will often hang on to emails and respond to them later. That's the other great thing about any kind of direct marketing, whether it be online or direct mail. There's a huge body of research about what does and doesn't work. So we're able to use that. What kinds of subject lines work? What types of typical lengths of copy work? And here's another big mistake we see people use. The list, the copy, the offer is the three-legged stool. So unless you are a professional copywriter, don't try to write the copy yourself. We say, don't try this at home. It's almost akin to people going to the dentist and say, yeah, give me that drill. Let me try that. I'm sure I could handle that. Well, everybody can write. We all write with varying degrees of skill. But direct mail writing is a very specialized, highly specialized, and a very different kind of writing from any other. So there are certain rules that have taken many of us decades to learn about what does and does not work with a direct mail message. And when I say direct mail, email is direct mail. Any questions from anybody? Okay. What's a big list? What's a small list? People say, well, I've got 1,000 emails. Am I going to be able to get 100 responses from that? The short answer is no. Well, again, if your three-legged stool is well constructed, your list, your copy, and your offer are all strong. In email marketing, a good response is considered anything between 0.5% to 1.5%. That's an excellent response rate. Okay, so if you are sending to 1,000 people, that's possibly 10 people responding, if you do a good job. Okay, so you can see the reason why there's a requirement to build your list as quickly as possible and get it as big as possible. Yes, Kira.
Question. I work in the financial industry, so
right.
Privacy is incredibly important.
Right.
When you do a mailing like that, let's say there's a bond issue that comes out or
right.
something that I want to get out to people.
Sure.
Other clients won't see the names of the other clients on the list.
Absolutely not. See, that's another reason to use a legitimate email marketing service like Vertical Response or Constant Contact. One of the reasons we like Vertical Response better is it's a little bit more geared to those kinds of privacy issues and to larger business than Constant Contact. And they're scrupulous about it. It's in fact double opt-in. So somebody actually has to be, when they sign up for your email list through using Vertical Response, they get an email with a link asking them to opt in. So that means double opt-in. They've opted in once. by signing up, and then they get that link again. They're saying, "Are you sure you want to sign up for this?" So it's double opt-in. So that does two things. It first of all ensures that the quality of your list is high, and you're emailing to people who have a genuine interest in what you have to offer, and also guards against any kind of privacy or spam-related issues you might encounter.
You know, the easiest thing for you to do, though, would be instead of sending the offer, send a link to the offer and make them log in to get the link, get the offer. That way, you can't get astray. You just say, "We have a great offer for you. You know, to keep it private, click on this link." And that will bring them back to your site and maybe make them log in with a code to get the offer. And that way, nobody can get it except for one of your customers.
Or call me.
If you really need to keep, it's a good idea if you really need to keep things very insulated, but that does
Just cut down your.
that cuts down response rates. So I mean, if you're just announcing a new bond offer,
Right.
put that right in the body of your subject line.
And it kind of depends on the relationship you have with your list. For example, the Chambers list, you know, we send out a questionnaire, we'll get a 30 or 40% response rate.
Oh yeah, no, I'm talking, yeah,
No,
exactly.
But that's,
Yeah.
that's email marketing too. And, you know, if you, like I said, that a real estate newsletter, I've been sending out for 20 years. Since 1995, it's been email. And, you know, my dropout rate is, 0.1% or something.
Right.
People stay on it for years and years.
No, these are all just rules of thumb.
Yeah,
Generally in consumer, I'm talking now about consumer email marketing. The general rule of thumb is,
General direct marketing.
is approximately 1%. If you get 1%, it's typically lower with email marketing because of the spam issue than it is with traditional direct marketing. How am I doing on time?
You've got a couple minutes left.
Okay. But still, if you're getting anywhere in email, if you're getting anywhere between a 0.5% and 1%, you're doing well.